The Amazing Spider-Man. Special Tribute to Teenagers issue. See Spider-Man versus the Living Brain. See Peter Parker's fight with Flash Thompson. Don't miss our extra added attraction. Spider-Man tackles the Human Torch. Spider-Man, the terrible threat of the Living Brain. A Marvel masterpiece, written by Stan Lee, illustrated by Steve Ditko, lettered by Art Simek. How would you like to see Pete Parker fight Flash Thompson? See Spider-Man fight a non-human menace? See a tale of sheer fantasy, so real, you'll feel it's happening to you. You'd like it? Okay, you've got it. Start reading. In the senior science class at Midtown High School, two men wheel a strange-looking machine into the classroom. Put it right there, in the center of the room, gentlemen. Wow, what a creepy-looking gizmo that is. That gizmo happens to be one of the scientific marvels of the age, loudmouth. Well, well, listen to Peter Parker, the demon scientist. You sure talk big and brave when the teacher's around, eh, puny Parker? Look out, you dumb clown! My glasses! Okay, don't make a federal case out of it. It was an accident. You're the only accident around here, you clumsy meathead. You oughta what, weakling? Boys, keep your voices down. Remember, you're still in class. Okay, Liz, but Flash has gone too far this time. Look, Scarecrow, we'll see if you still talk so big after class. Just hang around, ugly. You've got a little surprise coming. I've had it. I'm through pretending to be a panty waste to conceal my real identity. I don't need those specs anyway. Uh-oh. Mr. Warren's calling the class to order. Attention, class. We have an important treat for you today. The ICM Corporation is exhibiting its newest electronic computer around the country, and today is our turn to have a demonstration of this great machine. And now, I will introduce Mr. Petty of ICM, the International Computing Machines Corporation, who will explain the machine. You'd be better off if they introduce a doctor, after I'm done with you. I'll give your jaw a rest while you can, before I fracture it. Thank you for your introduction, Mr. Warren. And now, class, we built our computer in the form of a human body in order to dramatize its powers. It is the greatest mechanical brain ever built. In fact, we call it the living brain. Notice how its legs have ball-bearing rollers on them, enabling the brain to move upon command. And its arms are so constructed that they too can perform simple motions. But the most important thing about the brain, of course, is its ability to think. It contains more knowledge than any other brain on Earth, human or mechanical. It will answer any question which is fed to it, basing its answer on the vast storehouse of information which it possesses, and, unlike the human brain, it never forgets a thing. Now, Mr. Warren, would you select a student to assist me, please? Peter Parker is our top science student. Parker, will you step up here for a moment? I'll be glad to, sir. Sure you'd be glad to. How does it feel to be a professional teacher's pet? Quiet, Flash. Let's see what they want Pete to do. Moments later. Now that I've explained the brain's operation to you, let's see you... Say, you learned pretty quickly, son. Thanks, Mr. Petty. Actually, I've read a lot about electronic brains. I've always been real interested in them. Now, class, you think of a question for the living brain, and then Parker will feed it to him and see if he can answer it. Did you hear him call the brain he? Like it was a real person. It's smarter than any real person. It can figure out horse race winners, elections, anything. We could get rich if we owned it. What should we ask the brain? Gosh, I don't know. What do you think? Search me. Got any ideas, Liz? Yes, I thought of something everybody would like to know. Let's see how smart the brain really is. What is Spider-Man's real identity? Hey, that's terrific. What a great question. This is terrible. What if the brain is smart enough to answer that? What'll I do? Impossible as that question seems, If the living brain is fed enough information about Spider-Man, he might be able to answer it. And so, the class calls out all the facts they can think of about the costume mystery man. He's about 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighs about 160 pounds. He's been sighted in the Forest Hills area a lot. He's the most wonderful, heroic, glamorous man in the whole world. If you ask me, he's a neurotic nut. Then, after all the available facts have been gathered, Peter feeds them to the brain in the form of mathematical symbols. I've reduced all the known information about Spider-Man to a form which the brain can absorb. So here goes. Don't be nervous, Parker. With all the facts you're feeding it, the brain has a very good chance of solving the problem of Spider-Man's real identity. I know it. That's what I'm nervous about. Uh-oh. The brain is signaling. The answer is ready. Boy, it sure didn't take long. Very well, Parker. As you can tell by that winking light, the answer is ready for you. You may take it now. Yes, so I see. I'll get it. As you know, the answer is given in the form of mathematical code symbols. It will be up to you to translate them overnight, Parker. Whew. Good. At least that'll give me time to try to think of something. Meantime, the two attendants are making plans of their own. Then it's a deal. First chance we get, we steal the brain. We'll make a fortune out of it and skip to some other country. And at that moment, let me have that paper, Parker. You're too weak to take care of something so valuable. I'll decode it. Get your grubby hands off this, Thompson. You couldn't decode your own name unless someone spelled it out for you. You heard me, Bird Brain. Give me that paper. Well, so the worm turns, eh? And in your case, I do mean worm. All right, you two. Break it up. And I mean right now. Yes, sir. Sorry, Mr. Warren. I've had my eye on you two for a while now. If you both are such enemies, I suggest you settle your feud once and for all, in the gym. It's a deal. Suits me just fine. And so, after class... Poor Parker. This is one time you couldn't get out of a fight, huh? Well, don't worry, String Bean. It won't last long. You'll never know what hit you. The only thing I'm worried about is being able to pull my punches enough so I don't really clobber that bag of wind. Anyway, everyone forgot about the paper with Spider-Man's identity on it. Don't end it too soon, Flash Boy. Give us a little show, huh? Don't worry. It's taken months to get Parker to agree to fight. After waiting so long, I want to really enjoy this. Don't be too rough on him, Flash. He can't help it if he's not the He-Man you are. What round will you finish him off in, Flash? You mean what minute of the first round? You gonna tie one hand behind you, Flash Boy? I'll referee the fight, boys. Are you both ready? Poor Parker. Not one student is rooting for him. I wish, by some miracle, that he could... But no, he hasn't a chance. Finally, the fight begins. Pete's spider instinct and lightning-fast reflexes enable him to move away from Flash's blows at the split second that Flash begins to throw them. But, to the watching students, it looks as though... Parker's a coward. Look at him staying out of Flash's reach. I avoid Flash's swings so fast that the others think I'm just staying out of range. My reflexes are too good. Come on and fight, Chicken Parker. I'll pull my punch as much as I can now. He doesn't realize that to me, he seems to be moving in slow motion. There! I put only the smallest fraction of my power into that blow. Holy cow! Did you see that? I'm not sure. It happened so fast. It was like a blur to me. This is what I've always feared. Even though I hit him as easy as I could, it was still too hard. Pretty clever, eh, Flash? You're just clowning around, trying to make Parker think he's a powerhouse before you finish him off, eh? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure, that's what I'm doing. Just trying to have a few laughs before I clobber him. But despite his brave words, Flash Thompson approaches his foe with far more caution than before. It must have just been a lucky punch, but how did he knock me clean through the ropes? It all happened so fast. I probably tripped. Sure, that must be it. I just tripped over the ropes. Meanwhile, on the floor above, we find the two technicians alone with the giant computing machine. Now's our chance to take this meal ticket and cut out of here. Right, most everybody's down in the gym, watching the fight. But there is one man who is not watching the fight. Wait, where are you two going with the brain? It's Petty. We've got to shut him up. Fast. There. By the time he wakes up, we'll be gone. Hey, look out! You made me bump into the brain's control panel. Oh no. I must have short-circuited it. Look, it's moving by itself. It never did that before. It's coming towards us, as though it wants to harm us. How do we stop it? We can't stop it. Can't get near it while its arms are swinging that way. Anything can happen now. Let's get out of here while we can. It keeps blocking the exits. I swear it doesn't want us to leave. With its strength and its intelligence, nothing can stop it if it's on a rampage. But suddenly, the living brain takes a random turn, and... Look! It's a giant computing machine! But nobody's controlling it. It's running wild. Stay clear of those swinging arms. While in the gym below, the fight goes on. Come on, Flash Boy. You've carried him long enough. Give him the old 1-2 now. Nah, let me prolong the agony a little longer. I'm trying to finish him off, but I can't. I don't get it. He dodges every punch without even trying. Okay, loudmouth, the fun's over. Now you're gonna learn a lesson you'll never forget. I finally figured out how to hit him without splattering him all over the gym. I'll just swat him by flipping my wrist instead of my whole arm. Here it comes, Flash. Now smile. I want to remember you as you look right now. But just then, a frantic cry rings out, and Flash automatically turns his head in the direction of the sound. Help! The brain is out of control! Help! Can't stop my blow! That did it. But only if he hadn't turned his head. Boo! You hit him when his head was turned. It was a foul. That was a crummy thing to do, Parker. Poor Flash wasn't even looking. At that moment... Mr. Petty! Where's Mr. Petty? He's the only one who can do anything. The living brain is running amok, and no one knows how to stop it. I'll bring Flash to the locker room. He'll be okay. Just had the wind knocked out of him. And then Spider-Man better see what's going on upstairs. Exactly 30 seconds later. I don't see how the brain could go out of control, unless it was tampered with. Anyway, how can an electronic thinking machine cause such alarm? I'm sure it's just sizzling spider webs. Look at that. No wonder they're scared. Run! Run! The brain's getting closer. Nothing can stop it. It's trying to catch us all. Look, there's Spider-Man. Maybe he can do something. Keep running, all of you. I'll take over now. It's like a huge invulnerable engine of destruction. Perhaps I can land on top of it, from the ceiling. Made it. Ow! I forgot. The machine can think, in its own fashion. It swatted me off easy as pie. Somersaulting in midair, the agile Spider-Man regains his balance and lands lightly on his feet as the rampaging machine continues to rumble down the hall. I gotta get ahead of it and warn the other kids to run to safety. Clear out of here, all of you! Hurry! Look, on the wall! It's Spider-Man! Do as he says! Run for the exit, quickly! And now I can concentrate on the brain. I'll try to slow him down with a quick-forming web. It worked. It's stopping him. He's grasping the web. I could swear he's testing it, analyzing its strength. I hear his gears moving, as though he's deciding how much pressure to apply. That's impossible. He can't break my web. But the mighty machine plows through the deceptively strong webbing as though it doesn't exist. Whew, he's stronger than I thought. Have to try something else. First, I'll test his thinking ability. I'll let him hear me running, then I'll see what he does. He does think, like a human. At the sound of my footsteps, he turned. He's extending his arms, striking at me, as a man would, and he's fast, faster than I would have guessed. He knows I'm an enemy. He's after me. I've got to stay out of reach of those powerful arms. Oh no, the brain figured out my speed, and increased his own enough to overtake me. He outmaneuvered me. He really is the fastest thinking machine on Earth. I'm trapped. But although he can outthink a human, he can't outguess one. If I can make an unexpected move, like this. But he'll remember that maneuver. I'll never be able to trick him with it again. I've got to keep leaping from wall to wall, change my motion pattern all the time. If I repeat any action, he'll remember it and get me. More kids. I thought they were all safely out. Turn around. Run. The living brain is right behind me. But the exit door is jammed. We can't open it. There. Now scatter. Hurry. Wow. Did you see that? He pulled that lock apart like it was paper. The kids are all safe now, but I've got to remain. Got to stop the living... Say, where is it? Where did it go? I don't like this. It's too cunning. I mustn't forget that even though it's only a machine, it thinks like a man. It's planning a trap for me. And a few seconds later, Spider-Man's words come true. Oh! I was hiding behind that door, waiting. But it hasn't yet learned how great my strength is. It thinks this will stop me. It's gone. Thinks it finished me off. But I'll have to be more careful next time. The brain never forgets. Once it sees me again, it'll realize the extent of my strength, and it will fight harder than ever. But suddenly... Now's our chance! The brain is gone! Let's clear out of here. Yeah, before anyone realizes we caused all the trouble by messing up its controls when we tried to steal it. Ah, so that's it. I knew the brain couldn't have become a menace by itself, but my first job is still to find it and render it harmless. If I could only find a way to reach its control panel, maybe I could figure out... That noise down the hall. It must be straight ahead. He caught me. He can move faster than I suspected. He thinks so fast that he can actually second-guess my actions. And his electronic circuits can adjust his mechanical body as fast as he can think. When I exert more pressure, he automatically increases his own power to nullify mine. Then, the living brain suddenly spins Spider-Man around and releases him, in an effort to dash him against the wall. He realizes my strength now. He's taking no chances with me. But the masked teenager saves himself by a lightning-fast maneuver. Good thing I loaded my vial with enough web fluid this morning. Good old trusty web. It held. Stopped me from hitting the wall. And now, I'm in my own element. Better cling to the ceiling while I plan my next move. Luckily, I'm just out of his reach. But I can't stay up here forever. Say, what's he trying to do now? Holy smoke! I'll say he can think. He's trying to dislodge me by hitting the walls. And he's using that door like a fly swatter. He can think, but has no conscience. To him, there is no right or wrong. He doesn't even hate me, just wants me to stop bothering him. But whether he means it or not, if he connects, it's goodbye Spider-Man. Whatever I'm going to do, I'd better do it fast. Well, here goes nothing. If I hold tight enough, he won't be able to reach the wall to pound anymore. But I can't hold on much longer. He's exerting too much pull. He's spinning around, causing me to spin also. That hunk of machine can actually outthink a human brain. How will I ever beat him? He shook me loose. Look out below! He's leaving. He feels there's nothing I can do to stop him. I'm not worth bothering about anymore. Oh no. Some fool kids came back into the school to see what's going on. He's heading towards them. They won't have a chance. Seeing the living brain bearing down on them, the students turn and flee. But in their haste, one trips. And... Charlie, get up! Hurry! It's almost on top of us! I've got to reach the brain before I can get to those kids. Oh, Spider Strength, if I ever needed you, I need you now. Got him. Now if I can just reach that control panel. Look, Spider-Man saved us. Yeah, but now who's gonna save Spider-Man? At least I diverted his attention from those kids. But he's moving so fast, I can't reach his controls. This is the showdown. He won't rest now until I'm completely destroyed. I've just gotta hope he can't think of a way to do it before I can do something. What a pickle. If I fall off, I'm done for. And if I stay on here, I'll soon be a sitting duck for him. There! I finally reached his control switches. But he's heading for the stairs. I've got seconds to figure these things out. I did it! I flipped the main cutoff switch. He's incapable of further independent action. But he can't stop himself. He's gonna crash down those stairs, with me going along for the ride. Can't wiggle off in time. This is a nutty way for a superhero to meet his end. Just one slim chance, if my spider web is strong enough to hold us both. Geronimo! It held! The web held! We're swinging back in again. I stopped him. Then, when the now deactivated living brain finally swings to a halt, the triumphant teenager readjusts his controls, lowering the machine's arm so that he can get free. It was a great ride, pal, but I'm not sorry it's over. Just then, at the other end of the hall, somebody stop those two! They're responsible for what happened. Down the stairs, quick! We'll lose them in the locker room. But at that moment, in the locker room, Flash Thompson regains consciousness. Oh, my head. Parker must have had a brick in his glove when he hit me. Might as well get dressed. I'll have to find some excuse for not beating puny Parker. Drat this knotted shoelace. Footsteps, running towards me. What's up? Who can... Hey! Look out! I thought this place was empty. Oh! Well, I'll be. They plumb knocked themselves out. Wow! Look at that! Flash caught both of those guys. Great work, Flash. How'd you do it? You know me. I just up and let him have it. Meantime, having changed back to his normal identity, Peter Parker gets an idea. This is too good an opportunity to pass up. I just realized, Flash, you're the only one who wasn't around while Spider-Man was fighting the living brain. And you knocked these two burly guys out as easy as pie, and you're just about Spider-Man's size. Say, Parker's right for once. I never thought of that. And you tried to get the brain's answer to Spider-Man's identity away from me. It all ties in, doesn't it? Knock it off, Bookworm. You're imagining things. I'm not Spider-Man. But even if you were, you'd still deny it, wouldn't you? That could be why you lost the fight to Parker, so nobody would suspect who you really are. Sure, everyone knows you could beat puny Parker in your sleep. But I can't. That is, I'm not... Ha! If they keep it up, Flash will start believing in himself. Later, a light-hearted Peter Parker blithely walks home from school, happily lost in his own thoughts. Tomorrow, I'll say I lost the paper with Spider-Man's identity on it during all the excitement, so that's that. As for Flash, I managed to wallop him without giving myself away. All in all, it's been a mighty pleasant day. Don't go away, friends. More teenage fun follows, as Spider-Man mixes it up with that other youthful sensation, the Human Torch. The end. Spider-Man tackles the Torch, a Spider-Man surprise extra. This is where Doris Evans, the Torch's girlfriend, lives. While I'm in the neighborhood, I'll pay her a visit and show her what she's missing by not dating Spider-Man. Well, hit my head and call me Shorty. Looks like I'm just in time for a party. Look, there's the Human Torch. Hi, Johnny. We've been waiting for you. Johnny Storm, you didn't tell me you had a new Stingray. It's gorgeous. Traveling in style these days, eh, Torch? Well, it's no fantastic car, but it takes me where I'm going. Last week he was driving an XK Jag, and now this? Oh, if only Doris hadn't found him first. Written by Stan Lee, drawn by Jack Kirby, inked by Steve Ditko, lettered by S. Rosen. A few minutes later. Didn't take long for that flaming phony to start showing off. Well, now I'll show them what Spider-Man can do. I'll just weave a little web bat out here. It'll keep the party from getting dull. While inside, the Torch uses his infrared glowing power to dazzle his teenage friends. Here, Sally, I'll put an infrared spotlight on you while you dance. Wait till Actors Union hears about you, Johnny. A bat! Oh, get it away! It's so dreadful looking! Hold it, kids. There's something funny about it. It isn't real. I'll just swat at it with this pillow and... Hey, it came apart. It's just a mass of some kind of threads. Not threads, sonny boy. Webs. Genuine Spider-Man webs. The kind your friendly neighborhood grocer doesn't sell. Spider-Man. I might have known. Stop bragging. You mightn't have known. You're not smart enough. How did Spider-Man get here? He's got some nerve crashing a private party. Johnny, can you get rid of him? Thank you, kind friends, for your warm welcome. Being you insist, I'll be glad to join your little party. Listen, Webhead, I've got news for you. You're as funny as a rusty crutch, so go crawl back under your stone. Say, you don't happen to be related to another Sunshine Boy named J. Jonah Jameson, do you? Okay, Big Mouth, you had your chance. If you won't leave peacefully, I'm gonna toss you out on your pointy ear. Flame on! Who writes your dialogue, Squirt? Frank Merriwell? If it's a fight you want, come on outside. I'll just do that little thing, wise guy. And away we go. Here, this'll bring you down to earth, laughing boy. Watch that flame, cornball. These webs cost money. He floats through the air with the greatest of ease. I guess that'll teach you not to mess around with the Human Torch. You kidding? I just wanted to see what you can do. And now it's my turn. Don't go away, Johnny boy. Okay, you animated insect. You asked for it. Here I come. Mercy me. I'd better prepare a little welcome for such a big bad blazing bird brain. Come and get it, Torchy. This'll cool you off but good. That was very unfriendly of you, little man. Also very unwise, because now I'm really mad. I guess that's my cue to fall to my knees and beg for mercy with tears in my eyes, eh? Well, you've got the wrong character this time, so how about giving up now, while you can? But drying off within seconds, due to the inner heat generated by his intense anger, the Torch tries another maneuver. Here's a little stunt you hadn't counted on, meathead. I can focus my flame on a small plot of ground, making it erupt, like this. Watch it, fella. A thing like this can give a guy a headache. Very funny. Now let's see how these flamin' buzzsaws amuse you. I'll make you wish you never heard of the Human Torch by the time I'm through with you. I notice you're not making with those wisecracks now, big man. Those things are coming too close for comfort, but I'm not gonna tell him that. Maybe I should have just quit when I was ahead. Maybe it's not fair to use so much flame against him, but I can't help it. That guy really gets under my skin. Come back, Slippery Sam. I'm not through with you yet. Here, this fireball will spread into a net, trapping you till you say uncle. But with his superhuman agility, Spider-Man easily darts through the spaces in the Torch's flame net. Whew, I guess I'd better just call it a draw and cut out of here. I didn't expect that human matchstick to get so angry. Suddenly, before Spider-Man can regain his feet, he sees. Can I give you a hand, son? Old Torchy ain't as easy to handle as you thought, huh? Mr. Fantastic? Invisible Girl? And the muscle-bound thing? Wait, what are you doing? Knock it off, boy. Think I'm gonna let you sit there and laugh at me? Well, you've got another thing coming. All of you. No one's laughing at you, you fool. Stop! Don't force us to get rough. Clam up, Skinny. What's wrong with getting rough? I'm itching to tangle with that clown. I'm really mad now. I don't care how many of you there are. I'll clobber you all, and then I'll go back and settle up with that flaming freak. Stand back, boys and girls. Old Benjamin J. Grimm is gonna knock a little sense into that creep's fat head. For the love of Pete, where'd he go? I'll give you 3 guesses, Gargoyle. Well, ain't you the little fun boy? I hope your insurance is all paid up, Bright Eyes. Your concern for my welfare touches me deeply, handsome. When did you join the Salvation Army? Phooey, everybody's a comedian nowadays. Not everybody. You're a bore thing. And now, I'll make a pair of wings out of my web fluid and crash dive down and pulverize you. Know something, fathead? I was hoping you'd try that. Easy, Ben. He's only a lad. Yeah? Well, this lad is gonna demolish that big ape. But before Spider-Man and the Thing can tangle. Hey! Let go! What's going on here? Nice work, Sue. This nonsense has gone far enough. Now you just stop it. You're entirely too clever and adorable to be fighting with us. I'll bet you're as handsome as you are muscular under that mask. Aw, cut it out, Sue. I just ate. Now why don't you boys just shake hands like gentlemen and bury the hatchet? I'd like to bury it all right, and I'll give you 3 guesses where. Well, look who just made a funny. Go on back to your dull party, Torch. I wouldn't join you on a bet. It's a good thing you got Mr. Fantastic and the Thing to wet nurse you. And as for your sister Sue, she's the only good thing about the overrated Fantastic Four. For goodness sake, look what he left. He spun it out of his web fluid. For me. Like we always say, Spider-Man's not so dumb. He picks his enemies very carefully. More thrills, fun, and fast-moving fantasy next issue. See you then.